Hey guys, Tim here.
Anna.
And this is Holden. Oh, that was in unison on accident. We didn't even skip. We didn't even do a skip for that. The game we're going to bring to you guys today is 2 to 6 players. It is ages 8 and up. takes 30 minutes. Probably takes longer than that depending on how many people you're playing. We played a game of 9, which was 3 over the rule book. Which the rule book is 2 to 6. Oh, he dropped it. You can get another one out of there. Before we show you guys the box and the components inside, I just want to let you guys know that this is a highly recommended game that I would recommend everyone have on their shelf and in their library. And I'm sure Anna has some thoughts that she would like to share with you.
It's a good game. We enjoy it a lot. We've played it quite a bit. We have a hard time playing it 2-player, but that's only because you can only damage each other rather than choose. But it's a fun theme, and the way it plays is fun.
Yeah, and then when we play it 2 players, it seems like it's if whoever gets into Tokyo first. He's just throwing them on the floor.
They're all down there now.
So we'll have to pick those up here in a minute. But it seems like when you play 2 people, it's back and forth on the damage. Because when you're in Tokyo, you do damage to everyone outside, which the only person on the outside is the other player. And then when you're outside, you can only do damage to the person on the inside. So you're just dealing damage back and forth. The only thing that's a downfall about being in Tokyo is you can't heal. And the thing about being outside, you can heal. But when me and her play, we usually don't die. It usually comes down to staying inside Tokyo the whole time and then just getting those 2 points every time it comes back to you. So we've actually modded it to where when we play, it's only 1 point. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
We would change it to where you only get 1 point when it comes back to you. Because you get a point for going into Tokyo, and then you get 2 for staying in, so we switched it to where you only get 1 for staying in. To kind of make the game longer and seem like that you have a better opportunity to kill the person that's inside the Tokyo or Tokyo Bay. Which if it's only 2 people, you're only going to play Tokyo. But with 9 people, it seemed like as soon as you got in, somebody was dealing you damage, so you just got out as soon as that happened. And then you tried to heal yourself. And then with the Panda expansion, if you rolled 3 hearts, you got the healing and the evolution card. Which the characters that don't have the evolution cards are the Halloween. So if we play with those, they do? Oh, I guess they do. I forgot. It's the Penguin. The Penguin does not have evolution cards. The Penguin also doesn't have something else.
A stand.
Yeah, he doesn't come with a stand because he's a promo character, which we did have one in our hands, but we did a contest for it. So we actually gave that away, and that is Billy Tillman. You can follow him on Twitter at Mr. Shadestep. So shout out to him for winning the King of Tokyo tournament we had, and he's actually going to be put into the finals at Gen Con 2014. If he wants to be. I'll put his name in there, and depending on what he's doing. He may be working with AAG or Z-Man Games. Who else does he work with? Stoneblade. In Mayfair. He's probably been with every company. I think the only company he hasn't volunteered for is like Wizards of the Coast. So you'll probably see him floating around. And he may have one of our shirts on, one of the Geekedupgaming shirts, because I will have an extra at that moment. So he may use that for Gen Con. And so that's the King of Tokyo. We told you a little bit about the little tournament that we had, which was at Comic Book University. If you guys like comic books, that's a place to go here in Indy. On the south side on 31 by Indy Tire. What else is next to that? It's like a little hibachi.
That's smart.
Is it hibachi grill? Something like that. Out there by that Comic Book University, they got a wall of games, and then the whole store is laid out awesome. They got 2 rooms where when you walk in there, you actually only hear what's going on in there, and that's with the door open. I don't even think they have a door on the... Anyways, Comic Book University... Mr. Shadestep. I don't think I have anything else to tell you about the King of Tokyo experience for us at Geekedupgaming.
We got a monster here.
Yeah, he's got his pajamas on him. It's got the little claws right there on the teeth. He didn't like that. Oh, one more thing about Tokyo. We may be actually taking a trip to the Disney place out there. Where's that? Shanghai something. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's gonna be expensive. So
Not soon.
No, not anytime soon. But that's the only other thing I have to say about Tokyo and the relations of overseas, which probably doesn't have anything to go with it together. So I guess we'll just go ahead and, do you have anything else you want to add to it? Okay, so now that I've gone on my tangent, I've said more than I probably should have. Let's go ahead and show you the contents inside the box and show you everything you're going to get. And we'll also show you what you're going to get inside the expansion as soon as we pick all the pieces up off the floor after Holden got done throwing them there. Show them on the camera. Say, King Tokyo! Okay, so here we have the box, and the box itself is like a flat color and like purple. The purple part is. And then the creatures are actually a glossy, so it kind of like makes them pop out of the box from the background. And then here you see King of Tokyo, Richard Garfield, produced by and distributed by Yellow. And then 2 to 6 players, ages 8 and up, and 30 minutes. About the play time. And then I actually still have all my point sheets in here from when we ran a tournament a while back. So we'll get those out of there. So those do not come with the game. And then here's the board that you're fighting your opponents over. So Tokyo and Tokyo Bay. This is if you're playing 2 to 4 people. If you're playing 5 to 6, you're going to use Tokyo Bay also. And I'll explain how that works. And it's just black on the other side. And then we have the rule book. And all my cards are everywhere. So here's the rule book, and it's really colorful on the front. As soon as I find out where this unfolds, there we go. And this is it, just 2-sided for the one side and the second side. It's really easy to learn. Walk through the rule book and has these like cheat guides up here, and it's really easy to follow and to learn. And let me get these cards rallied up here. So it's going to come with these markers for like poison traits, target traits, some other stuff, and then these are the gems that you're going to buy the cards with. And then the cards, we have a lot of cards, so you guys can see some of the artwork in here. And the cards are really glossy. You can see the reflection of the light in them. And the number up here at the top is how much that the cost is. And then down here at the bottom is the text of how they work. Pretty easy to follow the cards. And then here's the 6 dice that you'll actually play with the whole time. And if you have a card that mods that to where you get an extra die, the green one's here. And then we have the little stands that our characters go in. And then we have, I'll show you these boards real quick. So here's like the King, Alienoid, Mecha Dragon. That's actually my dad's favorite character, and he always plays with that. The Gigazor, Kraken, and then the Cyber Bunny. And then here's there's the Kraken's character, Gigazor, Cyber Bunny, Mecha Dragon, the King, and the Alienoid. So basically how that works is you just pop them in here like this, in the stand, and then there you go. It stands up. And then everything's got a nice spot for everything to go. I do have the other cards, the promos, right here. And we play with them sometimes, and sometimes we don't. So that's basically everything that comes in the box, and then this, you can take it out, and then the back of the box, it's just King of Tokyo and a map of Tokyo, which is what's on the game board. There's no description of what comes in the box, there's no background story or anything advertising on the back of the box. It's just plain and says King of Tokyo and then has a picture of Tokyo, which I think maybe could have helped them a little bit if they would have put something on the back of there, but that is what it is. And I did the new copies of the game come with the tags of other reviewers on there. I have actually got one of the original copies that does not have that on there, and so for my sake, that's good for me. But you know, you can get this game pretty much at any game store. Almost everyone's carrying it. If they're not, they probably are just out of stock and can probably get it ordered for you. Alright guys, so that was the base set that we just showed you. So now we're going to go over to the power-up expansion of the Panda, which is a total BA. I'll keep it PG. And we'll show you guys the power-up cards and the components that come inside of that. Here we have the Panda. And I don't know if he's like a Pandaren monk or a drunken master or whatever, but he does have this wicked cool bamboo stick. Which I don't even think there's any cards that even talk about that bamboo stick. You can see like the little jet coming at him, and the electrical thing, the power up. He's actually got a set of cards in here that are for him and all other characters. What are they called? Evolution cards. So they basically put your guy on steroids, and then they got different. Actually, it's actually the same picture all the way around. Pretty basic. And it comes with an instruction booklet, but it tells you how to use the new cards. And then you have your Panda. You have your Panda character card there. And then my piece is actually in my base set. So, and then my new tokens that he comes with is in my base set. But we can go ahead and show you these evolution cards. I'll just read a couple of them. Here's the Gigazor. He's got a temporary evolution. Whoop. And it says Saurian adaptability. Discard this evolution to stick all your dice with one face of your choice to a different face of your choice. For example, you can make all your hearts result into 3. And then we go out to the Alienoid. He's got one that's a temporary. It's an Anger Batteries. Discard this evolution to gain 1 energy to each damage. So basically what it's doing is it's taking your character and giving it a booster. And how you get these is you roll the 3 hearts. So the Kraken, the Panda, everyone has a booster pack in here, except for the Scarecrow and the Boogie Woogie. They actually have their own packs inside there. Because obviously the Halloween pack came out after the Panda pack. So that's basically everything you're going to get in the Panda pack. You're going to get your rule booklet and your and everything else. And I actually, this is just something that I do when I put it back on, and I want it facing the same direction. So when you look at it and you flip the box over, which I still didn't line it up right, you can see the back. And I have to turn it like I just did. So basically it just shows you back here what you're going to get with the thing. It gives you a table of contents it's going to have. Where the base game, like I showed you, didn't have all this and the contents. You just kind of bought the game not knowing what anything was in there. And I don't know if it was just a run of misprinted boxes or if they did that on purpose. I do not know. But I would have thought it would be like this. Like it didn't even have the barcode on the back. Yeah, the only thing that it had was the no children under 3 should have this, and CE, which I don't know what CE means. But that is it. It didn't have yellow's mark on it. It didn't tell you table of contents. It's just, there's nothing there. So that's the Panda expansion number 1 power up. And now we're going to show you the Halloween collector. That's actually the first collector's box. If there's another one out, I don't know about it yet, and I will have to do some research now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and open up this little expansion collector box. Show you guys what's inside. Ooh, scary Boogie Woogie and Halloween. Scarecrow, I mean. His name's not Halloween. What? Every time I open up the box, a bunch of ghouls pop out. We'll show you here in just a few seconds. Alright, so here's the Halloween expansion, which it's tagged here, only available in America and the I think that's UK, if I'm not mistaken, or Britain. I'm sorry if I offended anyone by not knowing that answer. So this is the Halloween expansion, and the reason they tag this is there's also other characters. Like there's a character in Germany that is not here in America, and it may be over here in whatever country that flag is, but I do not know, so I'll do more research on that. But what was really cool about this box is that it's got the Scarecrow character on there, and he's got like flames coming out of his hands and stuff, and he's a jack-o'-lantern mixed with a witch, which looks more like a witch than it does anything else. So the Scarecrow may be a female. I'm not for sure, but that looks like a skirt dress to me. What do you think?
I think it's a guy.
I think it's a girl.
I don't see boobs.
Well, not all girls have boobs. So, anyways, I think it's a girl, and I think it's a guy. Leave a comment below saying what you guys think. So that's the lid, and it also comes with a little booklet on telling you how the costumes work. Woo! We get Halloween costumes! So there's a pack of cards in here that's going to give you a special attribute along with the evolution. And usually there's two ways you can do it. The rule book says you can either mix them out with your cards and just people get them as they come out, or you can give them all out at the beginning of the game and everybody gets a random. So here's the two characters you're going to get, Boogie Woogie and Scarecrow. And I think
His name's not Scarecrow, it's Pumpkin Jack.
I'm sorry, it's Pumpkin
And Jack
Jack.
is a boy.
Pumpkin Jack. You know what? They name girls Charlie, so Jack could be a girl. Maybe it's Jackie and Jack's for short. Haha! I still have a valid argument. Anyways, oh my, look at all that damage coming in this way. Somebody really wants it in Tokyo. So this is Boogie Woogie and Pumpkin Jack. Let me make sure I'm saying Boogie Woogie, and that's right. Yeah, Boogie Woogie. Okay, just want to make sure. Because we were calling him something else before.
Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie. Yeah, it's Boogie Woogie. Haha. Okay, so here you can see Pumpkin Jack, and he's in his pumpkin patch, and he's setting everything on fire. Alright, and then we have Boogie Woogie. He's kind of like a ghoul ghost type guy. I think he's popping up in the middle of the street. He's actually coming from the sewer system. So he's not like the Boogie Woogie that you would think that we all know from Nightmare Before Christmas. Because that's what I was thinking when somebody
That's
said...
Oogie Boogie.
That's Oogie Boogie. That's why we were saying it wrong, because this is Boogie Woogie. Haha. So that's why. We figured it out. So here's the booster pack, just like the ones that were in the Pandarian. I'm sorry, in the Panda expansion. What is his name? Pandakin? Something like that. The stands are still in this box. I did not put those in the span. Panda Kai. Okay, Panda Kai. And then here's the stand for the Boogie Woogie and Pumpkin Jack. And then here's the little pack for the thing. And if you guys are also into this game, watch out for King of New York. That's actually part of the pack. I was looking at this card. I go, why would they give us 55 Central Park West? I was like, that's not even Tokyo. At least I didn't think it was. And then I flipped it over, and I saw it says King of New York. So, woo, King of New York. That's actually coming out at Gen Con 2014. They'll actually have a booth out there, so that's one of the first stops I'm making, along with the Pathfinder Adventure card game, the new thing. And then they gave you these really cool dice, these Halloween orange dice. They're basically just like the regular standard box, but they gave you dice that are kind of cool and Halloweenish. So let me get everything put back in here, and I'm going to show you guys the other side of the box. I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. I finally got it all in the box. It took about 5 seconds. So anyways, here is the background on the back side. This is actually was distributed in 2013, so just last year. So I'm not that far behind on the game on doing a review. The reason that we didn't do a review when we got it is because most people already knew what it was, and then the movie Godzilla came out, and we were thinking, oh, what a perfect time to do a review for King of Tokyo, with all the creatures and fighting over Tokyo and doing all that, just like Godzilla, just tearing it up, mayhem. So here's the table of contents. It tells you it gets a rule book, and then the evolution cards, and then you get the Pumpkin Jack and Boogie Woogie. And I thought, when I bought this, I didn't read the table of contents. I just thought it was a Halloween and collector's pack. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to get that because I don't have those characters, so I might as well get them. And turns out I actually got 2 characters for the price of 1. So this expansion was the same price as this expansion, but I got 2 characters out of this and only 1 out of this one. But they did put a new mechanic in with the evolution cards. So let's go ahead, and this is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to go ahead and actually let me read this real quick. The trick-or-treat thing. It says, trick-or-treat, you are invited to a party. Please bring the best costume. 2 new guests, the Incredible Pumpkin Jack and the Scary Boogie Woogie. Both are coming with a new concept of evolution cards. Happy Halloween. Yeah, the evolution cards in this one are different than the ones in the Pandarian ones. These, you can actually gift a certain cards to other players, and it's like a curse more than a helper. And then those pack of cards that I showed you in the plastic with the King of New York one, I kind of jumped to the King of New York and didn't even tell you what the other ones were. They're actually costume cards, and those are the ones I was telling you that are kind of like the evolution cards. You wear them and then they give you a special attribute to where you can play the game with no cards, no evolution cards and no costume cards, and just play it bare bones. It works that way. If you want more complication, then you can start bringing in the other cards. The cards that are always going to be in play, because you really need to play with those because you can roll energy, and the energy is kind of unavoidable because you're rolling dice, so it's just a chance that you're going to get the energy. So you'll want to acquire the cards that come with the base set. Those you will want to play with and learn what those are, and those also give your character extra stuff. Like you could grab a card that's like Spike Tail or something like that. It gives you extra damage. But that's the expansions. That's also the base set. So let's go ahead and I'm going to tell you what I think about King of Tokyo. Alright, so my thoughts for King of Tokyo. It's fun, easy, kids can play it. I actually was playing with, I think he's 4 years old, and he didn't quite get the concept, but he was having fun rolling the dice. So he would roll the dice, and then I would help him pick out which ones he needed, stuff like that. And he actually beat me. We didn't play all the way, so he only had like 15 stars, and I had 5. But his health was at 3, and mine was still maxed out. So I was going for damage, he was going for stars, which he didn't really know that. But anyways, so yeah, a 4-year-old can learn it, sort of. So I'm sure that we can get younger kids than 8 to learn it. 8 is probably, the best time to let them learn it, because it's also got a little bit of violence to it, which is not, you don't actually see it going on, but the claws, shows the claws and stuff. But I really had a lot of fun with the game. A lot of the people that I play with aren't really gamers. They aren't really into games as much as me and Anna are. And usually when they, want to do something, then they'll just come over to our house and we will bring out King of Tokyo. It's either that or Resistance. Resistance is a really popular one. And but yeah, King of Tokyo, it's with the expansions, I can play 9 people, and we can make it work with 9 people. We don't have to change any of the rules. The only thing that we have thought about doing with 9 people is making it where 3 people go inside of Tokyo. And from the gameplay that you guys saw, you'll realize that probably 3 people should go into Tokyo if you play 9 people. So that way that there's 3 people taking damage instead of just 2. Now in King of New York, I've been told that the board is going to be chopped up into like districts, just like New York is. Because I think New York itself has 16 districts, which would actually be like counties in Indiana, but they're not as big as Indiana, so that's why they just did districts. And I think it's either 13 or 16, something like that. But the board's going to be cut up into districts, and I think that that's going to allow more people to be inside of King of Tokyo, which I haven't seen anything of it. So if you guys have seen it or anything about it, I'm sure I could go to Yellow's website and just go in there and look. But yeah, that's probably what I'll have to do. Anyways, what else do I want to talk about? King of Tokyo. Panda. The Panda came out in 2012. This expansion 2013. King of Tokyo, the base set. I didn't see a year on it, and you can find the years on the back, but King of Tokyo has no print on it, like I've been telling you. And if you guys forgot what the back looks like, this is what it looks like. There's nothing on here. Just a picture. It says King of Tokyo, and it's got the little dealios down in the corner. And I've actually, I think I already said this, but I'll say it again. I actually got the one that has nobody's tags on the front of it. So for my purposes to do a review on it, I'm glad that it doesn't have any tags on it from other reviewers and other companies. So, and this may be just something that him and Yellow had together, and that's why there's nothing on the back, or it could be a misprint. I have no idea. But don't be discouraged by no print on the back of this. The game is worth every penny. It comes with quality parts. This was actually a game that I bought off of a friend of mine, and we actually played it. He's had it since it was first printed, the very first print. Obviously, because there's nothing on the back. But we had a lot of fun with it, and I'm glad that I bought it off of him, because he was liquidating his library and kind of getting rid of stuff so he could bring new stuff in. And me, I bought all of his old stuff, so now I have to buy new shelves and get a couple shelves going in the living room, which is where I display all my stuff. That's why it's not behind me like you see most people have it behind them. Mine, you walk in my front room, right through the front door, and it's right there. You can see all my games. So they're on display for whoever. So it makes it easier too, because we play in the kitchen, and we do all of our playthroughs in the kitchen when we are doing a live playthrough. So I have a lot of fun with the game. I've probably said that 3 or 4 times now. So that's about it. Remember, King of New York is coming out at Gen Con 2014 by Richard Garfield, and I think that's about it. Yeah, so King of New York. This is King of Tokyo. I'm Tim with Geekedupgaming, and be sure to please subscribe and hit that little red button underneath this video, and I think it's on that side under the video right here. Please hit that button. Subscribe to our channel, and we will bring you more reviews of awesome games and games that we hate, which I think I only have one game that I've said anything negative about that I didn't like. But anyways, other than that, please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. If you actually go to Google, put in our name, Geekedupgaming, all in one word, you will get all of our accounts. You can follow us on all of those and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I'm Tim, Geekedupgaming, and this is King of Tokyo!